by Coronado. Good defensive play, sets up Kadri. And now another chance for Gridden. Spun it and got a bounce. That's his first NHL goal in his debut. Matvei Gridden. Vowed more positional play on the PK. Here's a shot by Kadri. Skinner got a piece. Digging, swatting, and scoring.
He batted that one out of the air.
Zary.
Hitting the stick on it. Puck comes back to Farabee. Drop, Sharangovich in the slot. Frost covered by Coots. Frost gets back, shoots, deflects, they score! Working against Edmonton. Nothing in Vancouver. Frost to Kadri, lots of room, sets up Farabee to the side. Coronado scores! Puck ricochets. Here comes Coronado. Some room. Coronado off the post. He scores! Backlund into Weegar, fakes it, backward shoot, scores! Kadri back to the line, Weegar again, Kadri a little behind the back play, Huberdeau scores! Thompson lost it, Clark alone shoots, scores! Honzek keeps the play going. Coleman back with some room in. Deeks scores! What a goal by Michael Backlund!
Almost 3 years ago, November of 22, they find two Islander fights in the same game. That's in. They score! Marshall Warren. It deflected off.
Scrum of bodies in front of the net. That is going to be Siplikov's goal, yeah.
Skate to stick for Nazem Kadri does the trick. And a great move around Lafreniere to open up some space. Back to the line, ball, wrist shot, scores! Broad daylight opening for the Rangers. Flames trying to make the pay after missing that one. Zary out in front, Sharangovich scores! Kadri navigating, comes to Frost, he scores! In the win with the skate blade where the Calgary Flames off the dot. Kirkland coming in with Farabee, some room. Farabee jams and scores! There it is for Joel Farabee. Honzek alone shoots, scores! First NHL goal for Sam Honzek. Sharangovich into the corner. Back to the line, Weegar. Now Farabee across, and that wrister scores! What a shot by Sharangovich out of the corner. Backhander now to Coronado, and still loose. Coronado scores! And he's been good. Up the boards, Bean tries a shot. There it is! They beat Saros, and the Flames are on the board. Thanks to Huberdeau at the side of the net. Kadri. One-timer set up. Farabee scores. Boy, did he ever pick that up well through traffic. Steered the rebound away also. Huberdeau scores!
Big reason why they've only given up 12 shots. Obviously the shot blocks, but down low, all kinds of support.
Weegar scores!
You got Huberdeau right there, and yeah, I think he gets a stick on that.
Coronado puts the head down on the backhand, protects that puck. Coronado swings to the line. Huberdeau, his shot scores! Morgan Frost! Blomberg might get there, he did. Off his stick, Kuznetsov finds Klapka, another odd man rush. 2-on-1 Flames, Klapka shoots, scores! Take time off the clock. Now it's swung to the net, and they score!
Tries to sling a centering pass, goes off a skate. Brad gets it back. One-timer, Nemitz on, they score! Nemitz, the blast from the point!
It's a hop off the end boards off the back of the net. Pahal stretches out, Coronado in, Coronado shoots, scores!
Meyer plays it across. Nemitz locates Hischier. And Hischier gains the Chicago line. Drop pass. Nemitz on the rush. On the backhand. He scores! Hughes pulls up, waiting for support. Jack Hughes locates a man on the outside. And the Devils with 3:46 to go. A beautiful passing play, and guess who? Simone Nemec involved once again. Markstrom, stretch pass. He has Chicago caught. Nemec for the hat trick and the overtime winner, Simone Nemec.
Backlund will clear, hustling up. Honzek, empty net, scores! Stanley on the reverse, Shen. Flames have the Jets hemmed in a bit here. Coronado to ball, one-timer, tipped in front, scores! Huberdeau, traffic in front, doesn't shoot, Anderson does, stop, scores, Coronado!
Sure be nice. Give the Flames a real boost, jolt of energy if they can get on the scoreboard here.
Kadri across, Coronado scores! Drop for Sharangovich. Back to Kadri, nice little pass. In front, Farabee scores! Joel Farabee! Hanley on it, up to Huberdeau, now Coronado, back to Huberdeau. Huberdeau drags, throws it across, they score! What a play by Huberdeau to find Morgan Frost. Byram who made the play, Flames keep it in. Zeri stood up by Tage Thompson, loose puck between the hash marks. Now Anderson shot, and tapping it in, Backlund scores! 10 minutes remaining in this game. And a play up ice, Farabee behind it, his shot scores! Joel Farabee, second of the game. And I would add to that, the Flames cashing in on some of their opportunities, of course, but you're right. They've dialed it in here, and Coronado chopping wildly at it, and that goes in!
Pass well behind Gauthier there, and that creates some problems. Cutter gets it back to the line. McTavish shot, tipped in by Ryan Strome.
Anderson on to Huberdeau up top, into the middle. Kadri down low, Coronado drag play, scores! Plays to Sharangovich. Now to Kadri on the Flames power play. Anderson shot, scores! Joel Farabee's there.
I think it might have hit his leg.
Coronado at the line holds it in. Good power move there by Coronado. Frees up Anderson. His shot tipped in. Frost scores! Morgan Frost ties it up. Going to work now, Coleman. On the outside of Elias Pettersson. Coleman feeding the front. One-handing it on Backlund. And Zeri scores! Around. Anderson's got a hustle. He gets there. Plays it up to Kadri. Top of the zone. Now the ball coming in. His shot scores! 91 from the highlight reel. Kadri top of the circle. To Anderson, a blast. Sharangovich scores on the rebound. From Devin Cooley, bounces right to Joel Farabee. He's got some company. Look at the hustle from Weegar trying to make it up, but he fans away, but then Farabee scores.
Nemec waits for his mates. Here's Hischier back behind the net. Goes through Thomas. Gets it back out to Nemec.
Good stick work there from Kuznetsov to break it up. And he'll advance this into the Panther zone. His shot scores! Jan Kuznetsov, first NHL goal. 32 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Huberdeau returns to Kadri. Anderson, one-timer, stop, rebound, Frost scores! Which might have saved a goal. Flames trying to get after that puck with the empty net. They'll score!
Looked like it might have been missed up to the far wall, kept in by Sanheim. Couturier can't keep as he lost his stick. Hischier, Bratt between the circles, leaves for Nemec.
Kadri set up and tight, and Frost scores. Kick the stick for Coronado. Now to Anderson jumping in. Rasmus Anderson curls around. Anderson! Stop, point blank, rebound! Huberdeau scores! Middleton nearly stolen to keep it alive. Frost floats it. Coronado shoots, scores! Surveys, turned it over. Michael Backlund jams him up, 2-on-1 the other way. Coronado, Coleman to Zeri, shoots, scores! Sharangovich trying to get it back into that Utah zone. It'll bounce behind. Vanacek, and they score right off the hop. Sergachev breaking up. The one-timer was Rasmus Andersson. Wanted to go to Coleman. Now Zary shoots, scores! Works to the line. Kuznetsov shot tipped, and Sharangovich got a piece. Sent that one over top of the net. Uyghur's blast. Tipped in front. Sharangovich scores. On the Kadri. Not much time on the 5-on-3. Frost setting it up. Coronado side door. Huberdeau scores! Up ice. Coleman, some room and tight. Stop Luukkonen. Rebound, scores. Kuznetsov.
Hey, if you have possession, it's a smart play.
Lane steal, Backlund, empty cage to salt this away, scores! Wouldn't that have been something?
Right, I just had a feeling there was going to be more scoring opportunities. Zucker had a great chance.
Empty net, scores! Sharangovich started it.
Here comes New Jersey.
Nemitz with a blast and scores! Shimon Nemitz ties the game at 1.
Trying to change part of this game for the Flames. Farabee and shoots, scores! Kopker looking for a penalty. Up the ice come the Flames. Kadri to Coronado, scores!
Pass picked off though by Hanifin nicely, and Eichel up ahead to Bowman. And a spin loose, feeds it to Barbashev, cutting into the middle, down to Whitecloud, a backhand, and he scores! And Zach Whitecloud has his first goal of the season.
Knocked off stride. Frost stealing it 3-on-1 in overtime for the Flames. Frost to Huberdeau. Huberdeau to Frost, scores!
Pitchfork through the middle of the ice by Brendan Smith. Ducks quick transition though. Poehling for Strome, back for Poehling. One more to Strome, and he scored!
Ryan has helped develop or aid a lot of goalies.
Absolutely.
That one, what a pass by Rasmus Andersson for his 200th assist. And Michael Backlund appropriately finishes it off. Huberdeau nearly stole. He does now. Floats it back up the middle. Andersson up the ice to Coronado, breaking in, shoots, scores! His shot blocked by Farabee, got him in the right hand. Empty net coming up for Backlund. Looking for his second of the night, scores! Barbashev, now it's stolen. Flames in the other direction. Backlund to Zary, toe drag right to the front. Schmidt is stopped. Backlund scores! Kuznetsov to Kadri. Back to Kuznetsov. To the line for Sharangovich across. Uyghur to Kuznetsov. Shoots, scores! Flames come back to it. Zary has to wait though. Kadri changing. Calgary able to get back in. Uyghur with Coleman in the net. Uyghur cross ice. What a play of Coleman! The postmarker in tight to the backhand, and closing on him was Mackenzie Uyghur when it looked like there was no chance to get there. Farabee, short-handed, shoots, score! Coleman failed the first time. In desperation, here comes Huberdeau, empty net. Huberdeau hauled down, and that's going to count anyway. Around the corner, Kuznetsov trying to return it there. Klapka finds it, swings it, front. Sharangovich shot, scores! Sharangovich in overtime. On to Uyghur. Now Sharangovich shoots, stop, rebound, score! Connor Zary. Coleman, up ice, Flames have numbers. Coronado and Andersson. Coronado drops, Backlund scores!
I like to see both guys involved.
Uyghur at the line, plays to Huberdeau, some traffic, and he scores! That was tipped in, I think Huberdeau saying. Sharangovich thought he had one. Uyghur test, Andersson blocker stop. Sharangovich again, scores! Blomberg disrupted, off the post and in. What a goal from Connor Zary against Holla. Frost wins it back. Uyghur, one-timer. Kuznetsov scores!
Eriksson Ek out to Bogosian. His shot goes wide. Zuccarello got it back to Middleton. He scores! What a feed from Zuccarello, and Jake Middleton makes no mistake. His first.
We noticed that last game versus the Kraken. We talked about it a couple of times.
Lomberg, he can motor. His shot stopped by Grimo. Rebound. Klapka scores. Farabee on with Zary. Scores! His shot tipped on. Right pad stopped by Korpisalo, who tracked that well. Zary some room, walks in, shoots, scores! What a goal by Connor Zary! Hayes back in the Pittsburgh lineup today. Former Flame Mantha couldn't receive the pass. Partial break for Zary. He's alone, he scores! In the new year, trying to generate that break out of a 1-1 tie. Up the ice comes Anderson, drops it off. Coronado shoots, scores!
He circles out from behind the net. Got it to Hughes, across to Faber. Faber centers, Jones scores! First in the NHL!
Have an extended time and able to find a way to get back in the net.
And Hurdle, who had 2 goals against his old team. Oh, drop here, and Whitecloud score!
Claims some pressure here, the man advantage. Down low, Backlund swings off a body, and Frost scores! Directing some traffic. Zary fanning out. He gets it from Frost, back to Frost. Quick shot, stop, rebound. Jamming it in, they score! Michael Backlund, like it did a game ago. Flames working around down low. Backhander drive by Zary. Denied, and Sharangovich will score! Their first penalty kill of the hockey game in a 1-1 tie. Here's a steal. Moving in is Backlund. Short-handed breakaway. In alone, Deeks scores! What a goal from Michael Backlund! Stick of Rasmus Anderson. Hawks on the near side boards. Finding it is Sharangovich. He's got a man ahead. Coronado shoots, scores!
Seneca crisscrossing across the line with Strome. Strome gets it back and scores! Ryan Strome with a big finish, and Anaheim with a big answer.
For Beacon's advantage, Kolosov stopped him on a penalty shot last April. Rangers with numbers. Hoffman shoots. He scores! His first National Hockey League goal. Brennan Hoffman, all smiles.
Now to Coronado, fishes it out. Backlund cuts to the backhand. Off his stick to ball. Now to Anderson. Into Sharangovich. Scores! Flames pushing back after the Islanders had a couple of good looks. Huberdeau trying to extend this zone time. Ball shot. Tipped in. Klapka scores! He'll take a look ahead. Motor right through the middle, weave his way in, swings it over to Kadri, up top, Kuznetsov, scores!
Spins, looking for somebody to pass to. Uyghur pokes it ahead, but Jack finds Nemitz, who scores! Shimon Nemitz!
10 seconds remaining. Coronado trying to draw one up, but ball lost it. Now Whitecloud shoots, tipped in, he scores! Rush ahead quickly with a couple of caps. Caught up ice. Frost scores! Coronado watched by Lacombe. Backlund some room. Drive, stop, rebound, and Dostal can't find it. Huberdeau scores! Kirkland wins the draw. Klapka on to Brustevich. That one deflects in! And that's the first NHL goal for Hunter Brustevich. Gritton back to Kadri. Looks across. Kadri hesitates. Gritton across. Coronado scores! Shot peppered on, and Cooley makes a stop against Juracek. Now the Flames moving in. Frost pulls, shoots, scores! Morgan Frost! Frost on the outside near boards. Backs it to Uyghur. Huberdeau top of the circle to Coronado. Stop, rebound, Frost scores! Gets it back. Plays to Uyghur. Head up. Dishes over. Frost swings to Gritton. Scores! What a shot! Off the skate a ball. He'll move it on to Backlund. Hard shot. Nearly redirected. Farabee scores on the rebound! Farabee frees it up to Uyghur. On to Kadri working down low. Across. Farabee scores! Kadri leads the Flames in. Gritton drops for Uyghur. Swings over. Huberdeau shot. Scores!
you can do a lot of good things, and all of a sudden one pass springs somebody.
Like this, Gritton behind it, he shoots, scores! Flames trying to attack. Kadri. Top of the circle. One-timer. Whitecloud scores! Now Smith nearly found a bouncing puck, but Whitecloud able to keep it away. Backlund coming in for Calgary. Zary shoots, scores! With the empty net. That one jumps to Coronado. Now Backlund shoots for the empty net. Scores! Klapka took Kuznetsov on an empty play from Whitecloud, but didn't stay legal. Lomberg to Barabee, scores! 20 seconds on the power play. Backlund sent it over. Oh, and a bouncing puck, wobbling puck. Eluded Frost off the crossbar, and then for Sharangovich, who scores.
Thrown back door, 48 seconds to play. Timo Meier. Jack Hughes.
I'm wondering where is Florida?
Here's Brown, Simone Nemitz, no problem.
Klapka waiting for some support behind Frost. Coleman will find it, puts it on, and Frost scores! Picked up by Allmark off a skate, trying to come in as Gritton. Gritton finds it, Gritton in front, and Pospisil scores!
Awesome. Second period underway with action around the Hurricanes net. John!
And how about that in the back of the net for Ryan Strome, his first goal in his first game with the Calgary Flames. Coast-to-coast action. Coleman. Long-range shot, stop, rebound, Kirby scores! Night in Canada for Ryan Strome. Helps win this face-off for the Flames on the power play. Correct shot was blocked. Frost shoots, scores! Under 2.5 to go in the third. Farabee set up with a breakaway. Farabee in, Deeks scores! By Thompson on Ryan Strome. Strome with it again up top. Now to Mata, cross ice. They score! Oh, what a play by Matvei Gritton to lead the league with 10. Flames now have 9, thanks to that latest from Coleman.
What a game that was.
Farabee out in front, Sharangovich, another one! And nearly found it. Another great play at the line by Ball. That's 2 in the first period from Kevin Ball to keep the zone alive. Ball up top, shoots, scores off of Cotter's stick!
Well, thank goodness, because he was wide open there. He had time, should that pass have connected, to get a nice shot off.
There's a shot, score! Ziplikov's first goal and first point is
the pipe. Puck bounces out of reach for the rebound. Almost get it back.
Luke Hughes dangles, backhand save, rebound, never scores!
How does he sneak in behind like that? Olofsson. Now a 2-on-1, the Flames. Strome centered, and what a beautiful play to finish it off. Sharangovich, whom we'll reiterate, Brendan Parker telling us he might be back in time for Saturday's game. Backlund shoots, scores! Coleman swings a backhander up to the point, ball over to Mata, one-timer scores! Michael Backlund!
Florida, by contrast, 390 and counting. That leads the league, and Buffalo second. In front, and they score! Set up beautifully for Frost, going to the goal. Geometrically back for Edmondson over his stick, has to interfere a bit. But now the Flames come in with Coronado and scores.
Neighbors one of those. Zary hustling into the St. Louis zone, on for Strome, back to Zary, and the backhand scores! Losing it was Bennett. Coleman a steal. Advantageous are the Flames. Farabee shoots, scores! Little give and go back to Perek. His shot stopped, rebound, Frost pushes it over, and Tarasov got a piece, and then Frost scores! Back underway, remaining on the power play of the Calgary Flames. Now with a 3-1 lead, Coronado behind it, he shoots, scores! And even up near the end of the first. Coronado to Frost, scores! Coleman waiting at the line is Backlund. Hard shot, scores! What a blast! of the zone. Pressured by Moser. Gritton gets through that. Centers for Strome. Scores! That puck is in! And Strome ends it with the overtime. Looking for a sixth. Sharangovich into the corner. Perek, quick pass. Coronado doesn't shoot. To Perek. He scores! His shot nearly tipped by Frost. Couldn't angle it. Flames still have possession. No whistle. Coronado to Mata. Now to Gritton. Snaps and scores! Ducks were able to stand in front of that. Frost near the end of the power play to Perek. Point blank shot. Rebound. Coronado scores! Backlund picked up that free puck on a fan. Hit the side of the goal. Whitecloud. Shot tipped in front. And Perry on the redirect makes it. Left skate of Ryan Strome. Well, he would have been home free. Sharangovich to the line. Mata shot. Tipped in.
From Victor Olofsson.
So in comes Kevin Lankinen, who has started the last 5 in a row for the Vancouver Canucks. And a backhander. Frost beats him. Frost on the Coronado. Over a stick, right to Perek, and shoots. Scores! What a shot! Zane Perek to 55 straight victories. Calgary with Klapka, another look, he scores! Making 7 tonight.
Goes to Meyer. Centering pass doesn't get to Mercer. Nazar can't clear. Another centering pass to Nemitz. His shot and scores!
He'll sling it to the wall. Malinsky hard pressed by John Beecher. Beecher now out in front. There's Hoffman. He scores! Brennan Hoffman picked up 11 of a possible 12 in that 6-game sequence. Olofsson with a shot stopped by Wedgewood. They score! Ryan Strome.
Kolesar, who did change directions on it. Flames moving in on a 2-on-1. Frost waits, shoots, scores!
Through the middle, a shot goes over the top of the goal. Eriksson Ek out for Hughes. To Middleton. Middleton walks in, a shot. He scores! Jake Middleton.
Partially covered. Zellweger looking for the tip from Granlund. Found it now. A breakaway Farabee. In behind the knee. Joel Farabee on the backhand. Scores!
And you can, some guys would maybe make the argument, well, we're not in a playoff position. What am I doing this for?
Strome shoots, scores! Farabee keeps this track beat going. 2-on-1. Farabee in. Swings over. Gritton scores!
As well in that 6-2 loss.
A headman pass to Frost. In alone. Deke shoots. Scores! Frost wins the draw. Ball gets it out. Frost chasing after Leo Carlson. Nearly found it. Coronado does, but he hit Frost. Frost shoots and scores! Quick playing game so far in Dallas. Bouncing puck perfectly. The Klapka, his shot disrupted. And on the rebound, Farabee scores! Klapka pushed off. Held it at the line. Flames with it. Sharangovich shot. Scores! Perek over his stick to Gritton. Has to recoil off the sideboards and does. Sets it up for Frost. Return to Gritton. Down low, Coronado. Finds Perek. His shot scores! Calgary net empty. Gritton. On to Frost. Into Coronado. Robbed by Blackwood. Gritton puts it on. Stop Blackwood. Rebound. They score! Tyson Gross with his first NHL goal. Didn't get that one cleanly towards the Seattle net. Coronado spins one off the skate right to Brustevich. His shot scores! And choosing to waive the no trade. Tells you a little bit about that as well. Now an empty net. Coronado scores! 100th NHL point. Spins back to the line. Whitecloud shot rising. And that one missed high over top of Vanacek. Perek banks it on. And the rebound scores! Zary will get credit.
For second period, sorry. Good glove save by Wolf.
This is a flipper for Coleman, but behind the knee, shoots, stop, that trickles in, Backlund scores! Brustevich, Mata, Zary trying to change, Suniev, motoring down the far side, Suniev has that puck, stick with him, to the line, Bahal, hard shot, scores!
Sent out in front. Scoop behind the net. Puts it in front. Here's Benning with a chance. High. Bouncing puck behind Gibson. It's in. That might be Mike Benning's goal. If it is, it's the first of his career. Mackey finds it along the boards. Drops it off Sebrango. Out in front. Benning's got another one.
Down low, Gritton some time. Out in front. Coronado curls to the corner. Back to McVey. Snaps it to the net. Frost tips it in and scores. Started to drive down low. Pulls back up. Look at that elusiveness. Parekh shoots. Scores! St. Parekh with his best of the season. Clark will rip it in. Farabee is this 20. Farabee scores!